So I wanted to talk to you about my plan to lose fat quickly, all while still eating meals with my family. So for a lot of people, one of the hardest things about dieting is being on a different wavelength than your family. So, you have young kids, you have a wife. Typically, they want you there for dinner, eating the same foods as them. Or maybe your wife would like to go on a date with you every once in a while and wants you to eat something besides chicken and broccoli. So, right now, I am trying to lose about 30 pounds within 2 months. So, I'm trying to lose weight pretty rapidly. And this is the plan that I am going to follow myself. So, the quickest way to lose fat is simply by fasting, not eating at all. That is the quickest way to lose fat. And the quickest way to lose fat without losing a bunch of muscle or with losing minimal muscle is what's called a protein sparing modified fast. So, this is essentially where you fast from everything except for protein and fibrous veggies. Basically, cutting non fibrous carbs to as close to zero as possible. It's not going to be possible to do complete zero, and fats as close to zero as possible. So, we're talking about eating chicken breast, turkey breast, tuna, 96% lean ground beef, fat free Greek yogurt, whitefish, cod, shrimp, tilapia, very, very lean. And we're talking about boiled, we're talking about grilled, talking about using no oils for cooking, true protein sparing modified fast. And then for your fiber, we're eating stuff like leafy greens, steamed broccoli, a whole list. I'll put a link below for an article with foods you can and can't eat on a protein sparing modified fast. So, you can have stuff like Diet Coke and stuff if you want to drink that stuff. So, I'm not going to tell you what to eat or not eat, what's healthy, not healthy, artificial sweeteners. I'm just saying that you do what you want to do, but it's about calories. So, as long as it's 0 calories, it's going to fit. So, fasting, protein sparing modified fasts. So, let's just break our day to 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm trying to have dinner with my family. So for me personally, I'm going to fast for breakfast. Now, you don't have to fast for breakfast to do this diet. You can either do a fast or a protein sparing modified fast. So for me, just going to have black coffee. For you, you could have maybe, let's say, some Greek yogurt with some vanilla extract and some 0 calorie sweetener. So you can get in 30 grams of protein, get a little full and satiated if you're not used to fasting, and that's breakfast. And let's just say we're at 200 calories. There's going to be some carryover carbs, but it's still very, very low carbs. But breakfast, either fast or a protein sparing modified fast meal. And for me, lunchtime. Lunchtime will be a protein sparing modified fast meal. So I'm fasting. Next meal is a protein sparing modified fast meal. So what I might have is a large portion of chicken breast, 500 calories, which is about a pound of raw chicken breast cooked. It's going to be about 500 calories and just over 100 grams of protein. So I'm going to be trying to get anywhere from 180 to 200 grams of protein on this diet. So, just this one meal and I'm halfway there, at least halfway there. So I get full from a pound. I get to eat a whole pound of chicken breast, which is nice. And then I might have some steamed broccoli or some sort of fibrous carbs, some lettuce, some spinach, something to also fill me up, get some fiber in. So we're adding, 50 more calories. So at this point today, I'm only at 500 calories. Add 50, 550 calories, maybe 600 calories if, I add a ton of veggies in there. But 600 calories, and let's say I'm on a pretty large deficit. So for me, that's going to be, I'm about 218 right now, and my goal is to get down to 185. So if I'm going to multiply the calories I'm trying to get, I'm going to go about 1800, 1850. So it's pretty low for someone my size, but I'm trying to lose weight fast. So that's 10 times my goal body weight in calories. So first meal that I have, lunch, I'm sitting at let's just call it 600 for simplicity. So that gives me 1200 calories for dinner. So I still have a pretty large amount of calories to play with. And that's how I'm able to eat a normal meal with my family. With this normal meal, which I'm usually cooking, I'm still going to try to eat healthy. This isn't, some crazy binge. This is just a normal, regular meal. This gives me enough room to have, some steak and a potato and veggies, or to have, tacos with a good amount of meat, something normal, some salmon with rice and veggies and a starch, just a typical meal, nothing crazy. So, I'm still going to focus on getting some protein on that meal. So that might be, the rest of the 80 grams that I need for the rest of the day. Or perhaps I eat a meal and then before bed, I have some Greek yogurt to close the distance of the calories I need. But basically, I'm just doing a protein sparing modified fast or fasting up until dinner time. You might be thinking like, well, what about like the one meal a day? If you want to do that, that's fine, but that's not really the strategy. I think that's less sustainable, but if it works for you, it works for you. But for me, being able to have a meal at lunch, get full, still even be kind of full by the time dinner comes, just allows me to keep my portions in moderation, be able to eat with my family, and have a pretty normal day. This is also good for a date night if you want to take your wife out. You've already fasted breakfast, had a lunch with a ton of protein, got most your, at least half your protein in for the day, and now, you can still go out, get a meal with your wife, probably even fit in, a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine, and you're still good. So that's the way I would do it if I was trying to lose weight fast and still have dinner with my family. You could also use this same strategy, but in a different order. So let's just say you got a work lunch and you don't want to be the weird guy. So you could also reverse it. You could wake up, have some Greek yogurt for breakfast, go to lunch with, your colleagues or boss or whatever, eat a normal lunch, and then for dinner you have a protein sparing modified fast meal. So for dinner it's the chicken and broccoli, or tilapia and spinach, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a good strategy to be able to live somewhat normal life. Most of the people I coach that I talk to are going to be people that have families, people that have more normal lives, not competitive bodybuilders, not actors, no one like that. So this is a great strategy to have in your toolbox. It's also a good strategy for if anyone wants to do a pure protein sparing modified fast, lose weight as fast as possible and keep muscle. This is a good way to transition out of it. So go straight from a protein sparing modified fast to doing 2 protein sparing modified fast meals and 1 regular meal. And then maybe you go from there to 2 regular meals. You're transitioning into a maintainable diet, maybe a lean bulk or something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's my strategy. If you like that, please subscribe. I got more content coming soon and hope to talk to you soon.